it's Alpha Pickle here today, back with another episode. And you might have noticed a lot has changed once again. If you missed all that, make sure you check out my streams and follow my Twitter for notifications when I do stream. Spent a few hours on Twitch, changing a lot of things around. Got some piping, a bit more nice and stuff. We moved our Draconic Evolution stuff down here, Fusion Crafting. And I also went ahead and upgraded 9 of these to the Draconic version. So we had them as Wyvern, and now they are Draconic. So we are getting up there in the mod a little bit. Next up, we're probably next episode, we are going to make the tools from Draconic Evolution and go fight the Chaotic Dragon, I think it's called. So that'll be fun. Our power is still doing crazy stuff, no issues whatsoever since we fixed it with the resonant flux ducts on top instead, and making sure that power is going into a different input compared to this one. We haven't had any issues with it yet. And now I want to add some mob essence, basically, because right now the only source of mob essence is our what's it called, that farm over there, Cursed Earth, that's what it's called. So that Cursed Earth farm is like our only source of mob essence, and as you can see, it's going up as long as we're not using it, but it's pretty slowly, and if we use it, it goes down pretty quickly. The only reason we got 36 million is because I did a lot of AFKing the other day while our miner was running, so that's why we got quite a bit. But if we were running like Wither Skeletons, Blizz, Pigmen, all that good stuff, it is going to be too quick and use up our mob essence pretty quickly. So we are going to add to that. So I got this room over here. It's not pretty or anything. I was gonna replace it with stone brick before I started this episode, but I forgot. I got us a transmitter here. I'll show you what that's for in a minute. We're not using it quite yet. But so far, all I got is a mob duplicator, and you guys have seen how these work. I got it with the gas because I wanted to be able to spawn gas in a farm, and the other room isn't designed for it, so this one will work better for that. And then we got a mob crusher again, that'll give us mob essence, and we got the fortune upgrade and a range on it, and we got the items going into this ender chest and the fluid going into the ender tank, and it's getting power from below. So the way we're going to get more mob essence, since these duplicators use it, we're still not generating anymore, is we are going to use the Draconic Evolution Stabilized mob spawners is what they're called, I think. Yeah, Stabilized mob spawner. And I got 3 of them. I don't know which one's which. I kind of wish I did. Let's just go ahead and place them for now, because when they're in the bots, they won't run. So as soon as we take the bots off, they're going to get kind of crazy. So I guess we can show it off once, but if it'll spawn. For some reason it's frozen in there. It shouldn't be like that. That's usually just if it has a redstone signal. Okay, it looked like the block just needed updated for some reason. It's probably, maybe I had it turned off when I picked it up with the cardboard bots or something. So that's why we have the transmitter here, because we're going to set up a switch so it doesn't keep running forever. We need to cover this back up though, because as you can see, it spawns pretty crazily. That one is obviously whatever these are called, Blitz. We don't have any Blitz in the other farm. I figured that would be a good one. Come on down, dude. There we go. Mob crusher killed him. So what's this one? I would like the skeleton one at the top. Okay, this one's a skeleton one, but again, it needs updated. So because I got a wither skeleton one because we want lots of wither skulls, and with the other farm only doing a decent amount, I figured we'd throw them on here. Never have too many wither skulls. So I actually want to switch these around. Okay, with that set up, we want to put redstone onto, oh no, not what I meant to do again. So let's just place a piece of cobblestone right there. Let's just go all the way up. And I believe if we put transmitters on all of these, that should be all it takes. I'm hoping. Kind of like the other one, and these should be linked to channel 14. Yes, they are. So they all should have redstone signal now. Kind of scared, but let's do the wither skeleton because they're the least dangerous out of the 3. Oh no. Okay. Let's turn that on, and it turned it off. So perfect. That's what we want. And then we just gotta set it up for the other 2 real quick. Get these boxes off. And I'm gonna flip it once just to make sure they update properly. because those cardboard boxes do something kind of weird sometimes. Yeah, they are all off now, and that transmitter is hooked up to this too. By the way, I put a transmitter underneath that block. So now we just want to place blocks here so they don't get stuck on top. And then we can get rid of this. Got rid of that block underneath that spawner. That way the gas still has plenty of room to spawn, because with that block there, it wouldn't. Now we should be able to turn it on and see this thing in action. There's the gas. And there it goes. Once it starts going, it goes pretty quickly, in my opinion. Let's go check on our mob essence real quick. Yeah, it seems like we're going up quite a bit quicker. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but that's definitely quicker. Honestly, there's not a lot of mob drops we really need anymore, so this might be overkill at this point. And that ender chest is just connected down here. I switched that crate out with an ender chest. That way it's easier to link it up to this storage system. Oh, those are mine. So let's turn on this thingy too. Pigmen. Let's get some iron golems. Let's get some witches too. Why not? Look at that cruising. Look at that. Beautiful. This is our kind of supply now. We're up to 2,000 wither skulls. Not bad. That's about 600, a little over 600 nether stars. It's a decent amount, really. I accidentally left evokers on the other day, so we got more emeralds than we'll probably ever use. Other than that, doing pretty well. We're getting blitz rods now from that farm. Be going up. Although, whoa, okay, that's an issue. We might want to upgrade the withdrawal there. I doubt we're gonna have this many farms on at once, but we might as well upgrade this too, because I got the stuff to do it. Okay, I lied. I don't have all this stuff. I forgot about this crafter. That's gonna make it a little more complicated, and I don't really feel like dealing with it right now. So we're not gonna work on that right now. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys this. If you notice, it's a lot cleaner in here. I got rid of the fan over here, put all 3 of those on. No mobs get stuck on it whatsoever anymore, because I lowered these fans down 1 as well, because the baby zombie pigmen would get stuck on here, because they were too short for the fan to get them when they're on these flux ducts. So now everything gets pushed off. I also kind of condensed some things, put the ender tank like that. And then we got one of these. These are transceivers from Ender.io. They're kind of pricey to make. I made like 2 or 3. We're gonna start using them more often, probably. From what I read, people say they don't transfer that much power, but they seem like they transfer a decent amount. I don't really know what the rate is, like the max. But basically, it uses 40. What is that? I a tick? I don't know. IU a tick? Whatever that energy level is, but it uses 40 a tick to just run this machine. It's like a machine you'd use, and then everything else you send into it will get sent over, if that makes sense. So all this power is basically a buffer. It's like an energy cell, kind of. It is using some power just being ran from the other side. And then we got, you can send fluids, items, and energy. Right now I just named it 1 for now because I was testing it, and we got it on the receive side. All you do is press that arrow to put it on receive, and then upstairs we have it connected to the flux duct, because again, I couldn't tell how much RF it can actually transfer a tick. Originally I had it set up to these, but it seemed like it could do more. Could be wrong, so I just put it on the flux duct, because then obviously we have more than enough power, and this transfers at an unlimited rate, so we can pretty much transfer as much as it'll let us. And I got this one set up to 1 as well, but with send, and that's all there is to it. They are pretty pricey though. Takes these octadic capacitors, those aren't too bad. Most of the stuff's pretty cheap, but the ender crystal's kind of a pain to get. You gotta get a soul vial with enderman, which you just take a regular vial and go right click on an enderman for it. And then this doohickey right here, that's all the stuff it takes, and you gotta make it in the slice and splice machine, which I crafted upstairs, was a bit complicated too. But basically now our power is getting generated right here. Obviously we have the stabilized flux ducts going into these energy cells. Got this one running to our auto mining right here. and it should still be cruising pretty good speed. It's as fast as it can go. And then we got this one going to the downstairs, more so like the Wither builder and stuff. And then this one is running to our AE network. Yeah, so that one energy cell is powering the whole AE network because we got the energy acceptor down there, and then it's hooked up to our AE network. And then up here we got a buffer of 4 energy cells because these output per connection. So these are 25,000 RF a tick per connection. So since we got 4, it should be 100,000 RF a tick, I believe. And that's our main line to all our machines and our farms and stuff. So that's why we have 4 there, and we can easily throw another 4 on or whatever we need. And we got the stabilized going into them. That way it makes sure they are getting charged up as fast as possible. And then we still got the P2P tunnel for the energy for a couple things, which we could probably get rid of, but we like it. It's fine for now. And the last little update thing, well, second to last, is I moved our crafting thing up here. I'm trying to figure out how. I don't know AE2 that well. I was trying to make it so we can craft multiple things at once, and I've upgraded it quite a bit, and we still can't. So like, oh, that's just because we're missing stuff. But like, if I start that crafting recipe and try to go start another one, it won't let me. Like, let's go over here, for instance, and craft some of these. It won't let me start it until that recipe was done, and then it will let me start it. Or almost done, I guess. I don't know. It's very weird. I think maybe we just need more of these 64K crafting storages. I think there's 4 in here right now. So maybe we'll make like another 4 or 6 and see if that fits as it. But we will do that later. Okay, so this has been kind of a strange episode. You might have noticed a couple weird cuts, like I'm level 249 right now, because this is quite a bit after I recorded. But anyways, I realized I didn't really show how to make one of those stabilized spawners from Draconic Evolution. So I'm going to show that real quick. So basically, you take a spawner. I happen to have one in this cardboard box. So when we got a spawner, we can right click it with any of the cores from Draconic Evolution. So we got a Wyvern core, the basic one pretty much. And that's how you get your stabilized mob spawner, and it says content saved. And as soon as we place this, we cannot pick it back up. So be careful. The only reason we can, because in this mod pack we have cardboard boxes, and I think there's 1 or 2 other items that can move it. But normally you can't pick it back up once you placed it, so make sure you choose wisely. But anyways, that's pretty much all you do. The different cores have different aspects. You can look them up in the tablet from Draconic Evolution, or look them up on the wiki. The highest one is pretty insane. I think we got the second highest one downstairs that I was showing off. Those are pretty quick, and certain levels basically can also ignore light level and stuff like that normal spawners can't. And also, I don't know if you can see those hit markers, but basically, since we have ours upgraded to the tier we have it, that one can spawn mobs even when we're not close to it. So you'll see it's still spawning the mobs. Because normal vanilla mob spawners you have to be within 16 blocks of, which is no good for modded Minecraft, obviously. But anyways, we are probably going to end the episode, so let me check real quick. Okay, actually, before we end this episode, I decided we are going to craft ourselves a void resource miner. These are from the environmental tech mod, which looks pretty cool. I haven't messed around with that mod much, but I definitely want to get some auto mining going. So we need 2 of these. They're called interconnects. They just take black concrete from vanilla Minecraft, and then these connectors. So we need 2 of those, and this is the rest of the recipe. We already got everything made up. Litherite just takes the crystals, which are made like that. And the diode's pretty cheap. And then just obsidian and laser lens, which are also pretty cheap. They just take like glass and iron or something like that. This is the tier 1. As you'll see, there is multiple tiers. Tier 2, tier 3, 4, 5, and 6. But to get them, like the higher tiers, from what I was looking, it seems like you have to have the previous tier, because you gotta craft the previous tier, and also to craft the next tier, such as like the tier 2 miner right here. We need the tier 1 one, which we have, but we also need this iridium, which the only way to get it, as I'm seeing, is through mining through the tier 1. So basically we gotta use the tier 1 And if we have the magenta laser lens, we have a 6.68% chance to get this, whereas otherwise we got a 1.28% chance. So basically, if we put this down, and once we get enough of that, it looks like we need 36 of these crystals, we can upgrade to the tier 2, and then the tier 2 produces a new crystal for the tier 3 one, and then the tier 3 produces a crystal for tier 4, and so on. So you kind of step your way up. So we are going to get the first one, and we're just going to craft it today. I know, disappointment, but next episode, the very beginning of the episode, we are going to set this up real quick. That way it gets running and starts generating those crystals so we can start upgrading it. And then we are also going to go ahead and make all the Draconium gear, I think it's called. Yeah, all this Draconium gear, we are going to get crafted up next episode. So check that out. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.